pulled item 4.1 from closed session to be discussed at a later date. And we are also going to be pulling item 13.1A, the Acosta Educational Partnership scope of work. We just have some revisions to make with that, so we're going to be bringing that at a later date as well. So those are the two adjustments to the agenda.
Thanks, Chris. Diane, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're on item 8, the oath of office for newly elected trustees.
Yes, so we are, we kind of said goodbye to Donna last month and acknowledged Donna Del Rey's service. So she is going to step off now officially. And it is my privilege to introduce to everybody Guadalupe Lopez Jimenez, who was a student of mine at Healdsburg High School and has been duly elected to be a trustee, so we'll administer the oath of office. And am I doing that?
Actually, Rose will give.
Oh, Rose is going to do it. There you go. So you're going to read this bottom part.
Okay.
Just break it up so she can remember what you said.
Okay, great. Okay, would you like to hold up your right hand? I, Guadalupe J. Lopez Jimenez, do solemnly swear
I, Guadalupe J. Lopez Jimenez, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay.
Item 9, so we are into our annual organization of the Board of Trustees. This is going to take a while for all of you here, so we apologize. It's just business we have to do once every year. So our first order of business is to elect a new board president. As per board bylaws, you will note that our current president, Mike Pottensill, is not here tonight. He is on vacation in Kauai. We are all jealous. So typically what our board does by bylaw is rotates the presidency. And so Rose McAllister, who was vice president the last year, would be the person to take the presidency by bylaw. We need somebody to move the board to vote on that.
I'll move to elect Rose president for the next.
And do we have a second?
Second.
All right. I guess I'll call it because it's for you. It's kind of weird. But, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? And an abstention? You're probably abstaining for yourself?
I'll abstain,
Yeah.
thanks.
All right. So congratulations, Rose. She is our new president, and we need to administer the oath to her.
Yes. Copy? Okay, you want to go maybe in the front there?
Okay. So you're going to raise your right hand. I, Rose McAllister, do solemnly swear
I, Rose McAllister, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Okay, so
So the next order of business would be to elect a board vice president. As per board bylaw, it rotates as well. And next in line is trustee Cristal Lopez. And so we would need somebody to move in second. Cristal.
I'll move to elect Cristal vice president.
Second.
You want to call it?
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays?
All right.
All right,
Congrats, Cristal.
congratulations, Cristal.
You don't have to do the oath as vice president because you've already done it as trustee. So, okay, next you get to elect the secretary of the board, and as defined by the bylaw, that's me. So we would be looking for a motion in a second to have me be your secretary.
I move to elect who our superintendent to be the board secretary. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, you're elected to the secretaryship again this year.
Thank you. The next order of business is setting our regular meeting times. So we have a list of the dates included in the packet. And then basically we would need a motion and a second to approve that list of dates and defining our normal meeting time to be 6 p.m. at Healdsburg City Hall with the caveat that sometimes we can't because they have other meetings going on there.
I move that we approve the schedule as printed in the packet.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays?
Okay,
Passes.
and it passes. Now we need volunteers. So the next order of business is to elect a representative and alternate to the Sonoma County Committee on School District Organization. So that is a committee that, to my knowledge, has not met in over a decade, but potentially may, because it's a committee that looks at the possibility of consolidating school districts in Sonoma County. And I know there is conversations happening about school districts in Santa Rosa right now. And so there is a possibility you'd actually have to go to a meeting and involve yourself in this. So we would need somebody as a board member to be a representative and then someone to serve as an alternate should the representative not
I'll
go.
volunteer to be a representative should that be necessary.
We'll be there.
Okay, so we need a motion and a second to
So Rose and
Araceli.
Araceli.
Do we need to move for each?
Somebody needs to move, not separate, you could do it together.
Okay. So we can just do all of these
Yeah,
as,
You-
or do we need to do them individually?
Yeah,
I think we
both the alternate and the representative individually? No, I know, yeah, but you can do the alternate and the representative together as
Okay.
one motion.
Do I hear a motion to elect me as the representative and Araceli as the alternate representative?
I move to approve Araceli and Rose to be representative and alternate for the superintendent policy review committee.
Oh, no, we're on Sonoma County Committee on School District Organization.
Sonoma County.
That's, yeah, we got lots of committees.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
second, do we have a second? Thank you, Abby. So let's, you can call it, Rose. All in favor?
all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay,
Congratulations.
congratulations to us.
Okay, so this is a slate of committees. Next up on F.
I have it on this.
Oh, thank you.
If you wanna look at it.
So, we just need to define who's gonna do what committee, and then we'll vote for the whole entire list, okay?
Great.
So typically on the HEF committee, the Healdsburg Education Foundation, the president serves. It's not a must. You can not do it. It looks like the meetings will be on the second Monday of every month at 5:30, usually lasts about an hour. I attend and give a school report and participate. And then typically we have the board president as well. So suggested committee assignment would be Rose.
I'm happy to do that.
Okay. And then, well, we always have the president, so that's, yeah.
Well, it's always the president.
There's a
who's
normal
the vice
rotation.
president.
So Crystal would be an alternate should Rose not be able to make it. Or you can come too if you just want to have another meeting. So, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so moving on then, Superintendent Policy Review Committee. This is actually a really interesting committee with a lot of reading. And it helps you go to sleep at night if you read that. Because it's reading through literally hundreds of pages of policy, but it dictates the business of the school district. So, Rose did it for the first time this year, and would like to continue, and I think it's good to have somebody on who's got some experience doing it. We'd be looking for another trustee to serve with her. So you would meet with me and Karen probably once every 6 weeks or so to go through Laurel, actually, should I? Laurel Green is here. Laurel will be replacing Karen very soon here as my executive assistant. So, welcome, Laurel. So, it is a commitment to do some reading and be part of a conversation discussion before we bring policy to be approved to the board. Okay, great. All right, so DLAC, our District English Learners Advisory Committee, Mike Popmasil and Crystal have been both involved with it. Mike would like to continue. So if anyone really has strong feelings about wanting to be on it, otherwise I'd say let's let him continue, and then we could have an alternate. And two can show up, obviously, because it's not a Brown Act issue. So.
I would like to be the second.
Okay. Sounds good. Healdsburg Chamber of Commerce. This is a quarterly meeting at 8 o'clock sharp in the morning at the Healdsburg Chamber of Commerce. That happens on a Thursday. It's typically the Thursday after our board meeting. So, and again, typically we have the board president serve on that, but it's not a must as well. But Rose, if you'd be okay with it?
Yeah, I'm available to do that.
Great.
Rose?
Yeah. Can we scroll? Superintendent Budget Resource Committee, I think it's only met once in many years, so it's not a high commitment level, but it should be convened again, we would need a trustee to take part. So Donna was our representative last time with Araceli as an alternate. We did not meet, but perhaps we will this year. Anybody interested in serving if we should need it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Hopefully we don't.
Curriculum Council, so this, Erin, you meet what, 3-4 times a year?
2 to 3 these
2 to
days.
3 times a year? To discuss curricular issues, adoptions, things going on in the district. Oh, we never announced, do we have it? Yeah. Okay. I gotta take a quick break. Excuse me while I announce interpretation, we should have done that earlier. Si necesitan traducción en español, tenemos aparatos ahí enfrente y una traductora, intérprete, que puede traducir a todo que estamos discutiendo a español para ustedes. Entonces, nomás que vayan ahí al frente y consigan los aparatos. Gracias. Okay, back to Curriculum Council. So somebody who would be interested in going to these meetings, they're typically in the afternoons, after school, 2 to 3 times a year. Oh, that'd be awesome, but you're only here for a couple more months. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's great. It's awesome to have a student voice. Thank you. And then we would need one of the adult trustees as well. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Lupe. Okay. Perfect. Seven? Yeah, didn't we?
7 was, yeah.
It's
it
the
was
same
like,
thing,
okay.
yeah, okay. Can you keep going up, Karen? Thank you. So scholarship committee, so there is typically a trustee involved in awarding some of the scholarships. that we give out to our high school seniors. And Cristal did that last year with Arceli as an alternate. So if any of you are interested, I don't think it's a ton of meetings you would go to, probably a handful. You just went to one, okay, yeah. You do a batch of scholarships all in one meeting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
depending on some funding for students who have graduated in
Grad school, yeah.
Grad school, kind of.
Anyone interested in that?
Oh, Mike.
Yeah. Mike's not here, give him an assignment, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike will like that job.
Can I give mine to my two?
Oh, is that on tape? No.
Which one?
Okay.
No. All right, and then this year, we, for the first time, had a trustee to be the mentor to the student trustee. I know Donna met with Abby. This would probably be involved working with the new student trustee next year. So I think Abby's got the hang of things at this point. So, anybody want to take that on?
We didn't talk about this before, but I can do it if we're talking about a commitment in the fall, because I'll be almost done with the presidency, so that should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's-
yeah, that's great.
I don't think it's super time intensive, so, great. Okay. Did we miss any other committee assignments? We have a placeholder for other, but I don't know of any.
Yeah, we did.
We did that one separately because it had to be
Yeah.
elected.
Okay.
Yeah, it's duplicated there.
So did we decide about number 8, the high school scholarship committee? Are we
We're gonna.
voluntolding Mike?
Yeah, we put
Okay.
Mike in there.
Okay, all right, so should I go through the things or just?
No, we can just say as we nominated.
Okay.
Yeah.
As discussed through everyone's nomination and volunteerism, can I get a motion to approve these committee appointments?
I move to approve these committee appointments.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? All right, terrific,
Perfect.
passes. Thanks, everyone.
The next thing is our priority list. Karen, can we project that?
It'll take me just a moment because I do not have it written.
Basically, we have a list of priorities in terms of things that we commit to as trustees to attend in the district. And so we just want to take a look at it. We don't necessarily need to discuss it. If we think it's fine, we can just go down it as our priority list. But if there's any changes that need to be made, we can discuss.
Does anyone have any changes that they'd like to propose to this list as it's written? Should I wait till it's up?
I get started. You have it in your packet.
Yeah, it's in our packet. I didn't have any additional thoughts. I thought this was a good list.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll move to approve the list of
Priorities.
priorities.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you.
All right, we got organized. So we're done with that part. So
All right, so we're on to celebrating our successes. Number 10.1, the Healdsburg High School Leadership Class.
All right, welcome HHS School Board and everybody else from the community. My name is Rogelio Vega and I'm the Senior Class President, and tonight we would like to present on our leadership class.
Hello everyone, I'm Viola Santana. I'm a senior and I'm currently your ASB Vice President.
Hi, I'm Elise Thompson. I'm also a senior and I am the ASB Treasurer. You all know me. I'm Abby Highfield. I'm your student trustee.
Hi, I'm Leslie Garcia. I am a junior currently taking the leadership class.
Tonight we'll be providing our goals, progress on those goals, and an update of what has happened throughout this semester, and at the end we would like to open the floor for any questions.
The leadership class taught at Healdsburg High School consists of 31 students, taught by our lovely teacher, Ms. Dale. We are split into 5 different committees. We have public relations, celebration, tech, finance, and spirit. This class, which
this summer, we had a SWOT analysis with our class where we were able to formulate the following goals. Some of our goals consisted of enhancing communication across campus, improving school spirit, increasing overall student attendance, as well as overall pride across our campus, and ensuring the student voice is heard, and lastly, making sure the financial stability and ASB of the classes is all good.
Each month, we had several activities to accomplish these goals. Starting off the year in August, we first helped facilitate student orientation. In particular, ASB helped with student-led tours for incoming freshmen to introduce them to the campus, where their classes are, and help them get to know people before the school year started. Following that, we put on our Welcome Back rally, which was very successful and was a great way to kick off the year. We also, in August, put on our very first senior sunrise, which was very symbolic for the start of the new year, and we hope to conclude the year with our senior sunset. The next month, in September, we started off with our club day, which was a great way for each of our clubs on campus to showcase what everything's about and encourage student involvement beyond just simply their academics. One of the main goals of ASB throughout this month was also homecoming, which was a big task for us. We put on a spirit week leading up to the actual dance, where each day at lunch we had activities to encourage students to just get to know people and have fun. We also had spirit days for each day, where each day was a different theme. One of the new things we did this year for homecoming was we changed our nomination process for homecoming royalty in order to encourage more inclusivity. In the past, it was just self-nomination, except for this year, we created a new process with clubs in order to encourage more people to participate, and it was very successful. We had way more participation than we had in past years. The dance itself was also very successful. We sold over 300 tickets, which was more than half the student body, and a great increase from last year as well.
So the past 3 months have been filled with a lot of spirit events and activities. In the month of October, the first week we had a spirit week, so we had days that we dressed up, and we also were able to do some new activities that we haven't done in the past. One of them being trick-or-treating in the halls, decorating the school, as well as having the first leadership ofrenda. As well as that month, a lot of the fall sports concluded, one of them being football, and we were able to put on our first color run themed football game. So we all ordered colored packets of powder that were colored, and at halftime we threw them all up and everyone got colored in powder, and it was a lot of fun. And then October, and then in November now, before Thanksgiving break, we did a school-wide thankful tree. So leadership created a poster that looked like a tree, and then we asked the student body to fill out these leaves that we cut out with something that they're thankful for, and then we stuck them onto the poster and created, as you can see, the thankful tree. And then the week after we got back from Thanksgiving break, we celebrated Anti-Bullying Awareness Week. So we created these leadership bracelets that we passed out to students that say, "Have Hounds Pride, don't stand by," as well as we created a poster that said, "I pledge," and then we asked the students to paint orange on their hand, which represents anti-bullying awareness, and then stick it on the poster so that when we post it up, it shows that the Healdsburg High School does not stand for bullying. And then recently, the month of December, we just had REBIT, which is the Redwood Empire Invitational Basketball Tournament. So we had our annual rally, which consisted of the teacher versus students basketball game. And then we also had our class dances. And then we also had a spirit week for that as well.
The goals that were mentioned in the beginning of the presentation have been addressed in the following ways. For communication, we have an active TikTok and Instagram page where we post daily pictures and videos to update the student body of what's going on around campus. We also have a public relations committee that hangs up posters around campus to again inform the student body of what's going on, as well as it consists of students' sports games, times and dates, as well as spirit week themes and activities going on around campus. To improve school spirit, we have themed sports games as well as spirit weeks. We also, because of the amount of time and effort we've invested in our leadership class to spirit, the participation and quality of these spirit weeks have increased greatly from last year. To To increase attendance, we have a perfect attendance raffle, which entails that we choose one student weekly who has perfect attendance and gift them with a free pizza that is sponsored by Mompos. And now the students who have perfect attendance are now eligible to participate in our rally games and competitions.
Another one of the main goals we've been working towards throughout the past couple months is maintaining our financial stability. One of the main ways ASB in particular has targeted this is through ASB sticker sales. So an ASB sticker is basically just a small sticker that goes on your student ID, and it has numerous benefits. For example, for homecoming, your ASB sticker, if you have one, will give you a discount on purchasing dance tickets. They also give you benefits downtown, so you get a discount at a lot of places such as the Worst or Black Oak. And so incentivizing the sale of those stickers was crucial, and those funds raised from ASB stickers then go back into ASB and allow us to put on all these events. Another one of our main goals that we've worked towards is increasing the student voice. Within our leadership class, we do this through Monday board meetings where we utilize the use of parliamentary procedure and Robert's Rules of Order. This is a great way for everyone to make sure that everyone's perspectives and opinions are heard as we vote on all of our events and make sure that everything runs smoothly. Our final and one of our most important goals is maintaining school pride. It is just very important for us to all to take pride in the campus we have and make sure that our learning environment is friendly and clean and a great place to learn.
We would like to thank the school board for inviting us out here tonight to speak on our ASB class, and we would now like to open the floor for any questions.
Thank you so much for such a comprehensive and awesome presentation of your comprehensive and awesome work that you're doing. It's so great, and I feel like I've been to some events and at the high school, and all I've seen is just like, it's so well organized and so full of enthusiasm, and seeing the homecoming floats go around the plaza was amazing. All of your hard work was just really obvious. And thank you for telling us so much about what you're doing. I don't actually have any questions, but congratulations on all your hard work and all the fun and good vibes that you're creating through your hard work.
Thank you.
I would add, I've been here a long time and seen lots of iterations of leadership class, and I think this year you guys take it. You have done an incredible job through your leadership and Ms. Dale's incredible leadership too, so Riley, thank you for all your hard work. So great work. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for talking with us tonight. Okay, so now is the time when we have public comment on non-agenda items. The public may address the board on any consent action item or item not listed on the agenda. Pursuant to the Brown Act, during this period of time, the board cannot consider issues or take action on any items not listed on the agenda. Time is limited to 3 minutes per person.
You have one.
All right, we have one, and it is Nicole Odetto.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Odetto, and I am the very proud principal of Healdsburg Junior High.
Hey, Nicole,
I
can you
just-
check if that
oh.
mic's on?
It's not on.
There you go.
How can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, good evening. My name is Nicole Odetto, and I am the very proud principal of Healdsburg Junior High. I just want to take a quick moment to acknowledge the public comments from last month's board meeting regarding the past communication of the Healdsburg Junior High current math framework. I would like to inform the community and the board that we are working closely with the high school team and the district team to consider all options for math acceleration at the junior high next year, and we are excited to present information in January. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
Leave it on.
Leave it on, thank you.
Okay, now we are going to ask for approval of the consent agenda, item 12. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor of approval of number 12, the consent agenda? Okay, our next item is 13.1B, the K through 5 supplementary writing curriculum. And we will hear from Erin Fender.
Yeah, hi, good evening. I'm the Director of Curriculum and Instruction for the Healdsburg Unified School District. I don't have slides tonight. In the packet is the place to look, at the board, at the cover sheet there. So a little reminder that 6 years ago, we adopted new Common Core aligned curriculum for ELA and ELD. At that time, our district was using a supplementary writing curriculum called Writing by Design. High quality curriculum at the time. We needed to get into our new curriculum. We had a feeling that we'd need something supplementary when we did adopt Journeys and Benchmark Advanced for K-5, and started looking around, and then the pandemic hit. And so we put that on hold, and thankfully for Erica McGuire and Principal Doherty working quickly with their team, and like I said, this had started a bit before the pandemic, and so we had some ideas of what the needs were. And so over the past 4 months, the elementary teachers, administrators have reviewed again what's out there and have decided that they would like to pilot and then hopefully eventually do a full implementation of Step Up to Writing. So Step Up to Writing is designed as a supplementary writing curriculum. It is not meant to replace our core curriculum of Journeys and Benchmark, but rather to supplement and to support writing in a more strategic and aligned way, K through 5. One of the reasons that we like it so much is that we think that it will provide that specialized instruction that we need for the diverse learners that we serve in Healdsburg, from students who are multilingual learners, students who need acceleration, many strategies that can be used to kind of where our holes are in the core curriculum, as well as create a scope and sequence for writing K through 5. So we don't have teachers just trying to figure it out, like how do I plug the holes myself, but rather there is a scope and sequence in order to plug the holes. And I'm looking over at Ms. Doherty because they've really done the work. The principals brought this to me. I'm kind of the talking head here. This is really a decision and choice made in the classrooms and brought to the principals. The principals did the vetting, and I'm here to get your approval tonight. The cost there is just over $10,000. This is a one-time cost, similar to the math curriculum that we bought for our special educators this past month. I know it's crazy to think that $10,000 is low cost, but it kind of is in the world of curriculum. So there's no free, they give you some modules to check out and online access for a short period of time. So this $10,000 represents both the cost of pilot, and then we're need to stick with it. There's no additional cost beyond that, so it's a one-time.
Erin, is there a cost, is PD included?
Yeah, PD is included in that implementation for this first 6 months or so. If we wanted more PD beyond this year, that could be an additional cost. Great question. So we are looking for approval. The teachers are hungry to get this going. They feel like they put it on hold because of the pandemic, and they're ready to roll and start with implementation of the pilot in January. So we are looking for an approval vote tonight.
No questions? I move to approve. Do you have questions? I'm sorry.
No, I don't. No, go ahead.
No questions? I move to approve the K-5 supplementary writing curriculum. Step Up to Writing.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. And it passes.
Great. You just made happy teachers. Thank you.
Thanks, President. Yeah. Okay, it's time for reports. Do we have a HADA report tonight?
I'm actually here. You're not Robin? I'm not Robin.
But Robin did send me something. My name is Mike Infra. I am the HADA vice president, so when Robin's not available, I guess I am. All right. Robin said that we're wrapping up our first semester. It's been fast. FMC, HES, all have had their winter performances. Been hearing wonderful things about their performances. HES and FMC students are finishing up their projects for the semester. And the high school and junior high are taking their finals. Sixth graders had their first experience with finals. All right. That's the HADA report.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks very much. Do we have a CSEA report?
There's not?
Abigail, do you have a student trustees report
I
tonight?
do. I have a slideshow this time too.
All right.
Okay, we can go ahead and start with the elementary school. So they had a combined winter performance with Fitch Mountain. So each grade level sang one winter themed song, and then everyone said that the finale was this really beautiful song about peace that all the grades sang together. And the Smith Robinson, it was at the Smith Robinson gym, and they had as many as 95 people join at one time on the live stream. And then they are doing a fun community building activity each day. It's mainly for the staff, but students also participate in spirit days like Ugly Sweater Day and Pajama Day. They also are doing PALS, which is Parents as Leaders. And they started that November 28th. So it's a 2-week program that bring in family members who might feel less comfortable volunteering at the school due to language barriers. So they get to learn about different jobs at the school and then practice those volunteer jobs in supportive bilingual environments. And so there should be some images there.
Bottom right.
Bottom right. And then we can go on to Fitch Mountain. So Fitch Mountain, again, did the winter performance with Healdsburg Elementary School. And then on the 8th, they did a bingo night. There's more people that show up than our rallies. A lot of people. More people than my entire school, I think.
We actually
We'll be splitting it next year. We were informed by the fire department that we were
That was
overcapacity, so there will be 2 separate performances by school.
You can fast forward through this.
And this was with only 2 tickets per student who was participating. So there was a lot of people at home watching on the live stream too.
Okay, and then the junior high. Power Hour has begun, so this is a way for students to get support with word completion or content knowledge from a teacher before and after school. The 6th grade class just went to the DeYoung Museum in San Francisco. The leadership class hosted a rally on the 2nd of this month, celebrating those students who demonstrated life skills of the month and problem solving during the month of November. As well as they're selling holiday grams, hosting lunch activities, including staff versus student volleyball, and preparing the upcoming winter dance, which will be the 27th of next month. And then the robotics class is creating robots that will go battle against each other during finals week, which is so cool. I just did a stats test, and that was terrible. Take me back to junior high, I mean, seriously. And then 8th grade science class is building cars to test during finals week. And then the ELD class is continuing to visit kiddos at the elementary school for book buddies. And then the girls volleyball and boys basketball is well underway and doing great. That is all. I don't have one for my school because you saw it earlier.
Thank you very much, Abigail. Do we have any Board of Trustees reports?
I would just like to report back that Mike and I were at the, can you hear me now? Yeah. I just want to report back that Mike and I were at the DLAC meeting, and the DLAC now has a new president, vice president, and secretary, so we're really excited to see members of our community excited and ready to talk about the master EL plan that's coming up, right? So I just wanted to report back on that.
Anybody else? Well, I attended the FMC HES winter performance, and that the pictures and the description that Abigail gave was great. It was, a lot of hard work went into it by all the teachers and the students. I was there for one of the rehearsals, and it was definitely hard work to get to such a beautifully executed evening. And it was so much fun to all be back together after the pause that we had during COVID, and really wonderful. And then last night I was at the Raven Theater for the junior high and high school band performance that was amazing from beginning to end. The students played so beautifully. It was decorated. It was such a special, awesome night, and I know how much work went into it by the teachers and the staff and the students themselves, and how special and fun it was. So I just wanted to mention that that was great too, and I think that was the first time that's happened in a few years. So really wonderful to be back. Yeah, they did great. All right, well, we are gonna, anything else? We're gonna skip the break and go straight to 13.2, school business. 13.2A is the positive certification of certification of ability to meet financial obligations at first interim.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am going to start with the first slide that shows us the budget cycle. So once the adopted annual budget, the budget's adopted in June, the cycle begins. We just finished allotted actuals last month, and now we're down here at the first interim of 22-23. We're still waiting for the allowed actuals to come back. Our audit's been extended till the end of January, so we'll get those back at that time. The first interim update is just a snapshot in time. It's showing you revenues and expenditures to date. It covers the time from July 1 through October 31st. So the numbers you're seeing tonight are already much different on today. So what's changed since the initial budget? The ending balance of 21-22 was projected at 1.9 million, came in at 3.5 million, with a difference of 1.5 million. The reserves was at 23.61 at the end of the 21-22 year. A lot of this change is, well, obviously conservative budgeting with the revenues and expenditures, but also with the COVID dollars and all the dollars that are coming in, we have to budget for the revenue and the expenditures. So it sounds like a wash, but at the end of the year, it's not really, because if the revenues came in and the expenditures didn't happen yet, that skews the numbers. So the revenues will be in 21-22, but the expenditures might be in 22-23. So all of that catches up at the end of the year. So that's a big part of that for last year. So the next slide is just showing some figures out of the multi-year, the general fund. The first column is showing you what we were projecting for the initial budget. And this is where we were at first interim. And the last column is showing you the difference. Biggest changes being in salary and benefits and other expenditures, which the next slide will show you more detail on that. So our biggest differences here are employee benefits. Our health and welfare went way up between initial budget and first interim. Couple reasons. One being the cost of benefits going up in October. And we had a lot more people come on taking bigger plans, and it was a big adjustment. The books and supplies budget's gone up quite a bit. That one's gone up because we were now budgeting for new revenues that are coming in this year due to the grants we're receiving, and we have to budget for the expenditures now, even though we might not spend it till 23-24. And then service and other operating expenses has gone up quite a bit too. And that's a wide variety of things. That is all of our 5,000s, which covers all of our services, including maintenance and operations, all the way to special education. So it's a big, wide pot of money, and so there's a lot of things in that category.
I just want to interject that in the 5,000s, when we have a special education student that we need to send outside of the district for more specialized services, those dollars are reflected in the 5,000. So it looks as if it's like an outside consultant or something like that, but it's actually dollars directly going to students in need.
So the next slide shows you the components of the ending fund balance. Showing you the ending balance, which we predict for this year and the next 2 years moving out. As you can see, we're predicting a 12.43 reserve at the end of this year, dropping to 7.96 and 4.9 in the third year out. The bottom is showing you where we were projecting this time for 21-22. A little bit similar, and we are deficit spending. We knew we would be deficit spending. This is the first year that we now have the 8.5% salary increase and the 8% salary increase, and we are now honoring years for all new employees. So all of those things are now catching up a little bit, and that's the reason with the deficit spending. What's new with the first interim? Carryover budgets have been added to the budget. Property tax and RDA projections. This is an ongoing battle. We believe the secured property taxes will come in higher. We've bumped up our revenues from 6% to 8% secured taxes at first interim. But at the same time, our RDA at the end of last year came in very low. So we were budgeting at 85% of the year before, which SCO tells us we could only budget up to 50%. So I've backed it down a little bit to 80% at this point. So that's a hit on the budget right now as well. We believe that they will come in high, but we cannot budget on that right now. And then the increase in expenditures, which is a combination of salaries, books and supplies, and special education. Books and supplies bumping up quite a bit because we are budgeting with the new dollars coming in for new supplies we plan on buying. And the next slide is, was there one before that, Karen? No? Okay. The next slide. Are we going to that one?
Wait, okay.
Are we on summary or COVID?
Summary.
Summary.
Okay, so just remember revenues are conservative, expenses are conservative. We believe they'll come in higher at the end of the year. Estimates for 22-23 ending fund balance. Unrestricted 741,000, restricted 519, with our reserves at 12.43, which although it's a little bit lower than the board mandated at 13.3, it is still a positive certification at first interim, which is 3.3%. Now COVID funds. It's just a little snapshot of our COVID dollars. At this point, we've been awarded over $6.5 million in COVID funds. We've expended or encumbered $4.2 million at this point. They're available till September of 24. All COVID dollars are one time. We're currently spending over $750,000 on staffing, which is at 5.6 FTE district-wide, which is considerably lower than last year. As you remember, we went through layoffs at the end of the year, so we've cut back, and we're now at 5.6. What's next? Monitor the state fiscal health, expenditures, governor's budget. Will come out in January. We'll begin staffing projections hopefully in January as soon as we get back. The second interim report will come out in March, typically when we start negotiating pretty heavily. Continue to spend wisely, use one-time funds whenever possible. And then the uncertainties are the property taxes, the cash flow, and declining enrollment.
Debbie, can you explain that, we can go back one slide. Not sure if I understand the 5.6 FTE district-wide, what does that mean?
That's how many employees are being funded out of that $752,000.
Thank
And
you.
that's a combination of certificated and classified.
Okay, thank you.
So it should be read as a warning, because it's one-time funds that are not ongoing,
Yeah,
and we're gonna have some hard decisions to make at the end of this year.
got it. Thank you.
Is there any other questions? And I would
guess
ask
I'm
that,
just I do want to kind of think about that, like, are counselors, who's being funded out of those funds?
it's a couple of mental health counselors.
Care and outreach, paras.
There's some sections, actually.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
extra
there's
sections at the
sections
high
Teaching-
school.
Teaching FTE, so, yeah, it's a mix,
Yeah,
it's
teaching
kind of
FTE
mix
at
of
the
everything.
elementary.
But we will be bringing that
Teaching
to you
elementary at the FTE.
before March to talk about.
Okay, thank you.
And nursing. We still have extra nursing.
I should say, we are working actively with HEF and other, the community foundation to try and fundraise some funds to be able to extend some of those positions, and backfill when the COVID funding goes away, so. But, like I said, we're gonna have some decisions to make in February and March, so.
No more questions? I would ask that the board approve the first interim report.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much. All right, do I have a motion to approve 13.2A?
I move to approve 13.2A, public certification of ability to meet financial obligations at first in.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And that is approved. Thank you very much, Debbie.
Thank you.
We're on to 13.2B, 2023-2024 budget development calendar.
You see before you the budget calendar for 23-24. This is an annual item that I bring forward, just outlining the budget development throughout the year, what month things are to be completed and when the board takes action on them. And I would ask that you would approve the budget calendar for 23-24.
This is super helpful. Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
it is very helpful, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve 13.2B, the 23-24 budget development calendar?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And that's approved. On to 13.2C, accounting of developer fees.
This next item is the accounting of the developer fees for 21-22. The financial report is actually behind the resolution. It shows you that we collected $484,000 in developer fees in 21-22. We spent $14,000, which is going towards the facilities master plan that we've been working on for the elementary schools. We had no expenditures on construction. Our ending balance is $997,000. And we are looking at that now as we talk about construction moving forward at both elementary schools, HES and FMC.
All right, thanks very much. Do I have a motion to approve 13.2C, accounting of developer fees?
So moved. I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This is a
Oh, this is a
resolution.
Oh, so it's roll call?
Yeah.
Okay.
So roll call, let's see, I'll start with President McAllister,
Aye.
Trustee Lopez,
Yes.
Trustee Ramos Flores,
Aye.
and Trustee Lopez Jimenez.
Aye.
Thank you. Or, excuse me, Trustee Student Trustee Highfield.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, and we're on to 13.3, 6.2D, review emergency circumstances.
This may be the last time we have to do this because the law changes in January. So this is, again, just in case we need to have a Zoom meeting because of isolation, quarantine, or other COVID-related things.
I move that we approve 13.2D, review emergency circumstances, Assembly Bill 361.
I second.
All in favor? It's approved. And do we have any Board of Trustee reports, comments, or requests for information?
I have comments. I just want to invite everyone to the Posada/Hanukkah celebration that's happening at the plaza on Friday. I know some of the ethnic students will be present there volunteering, but I invite everyone to show up. It's at 5:30 p.m.
Great. Any other comments? All right. Hearing none, we're not recessing to closed session. Our next board meeting is Wednesday, January 18th, right here in the library again.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
no.
no?
We'll be at the, City Hall.
Oh,
That shouldn't
okay.
say the library, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Then let's have a do-over and say that our next regular board meeting is Wednesday, January 18th at City Hall in the council chambers.
Yes.
And the deadlines to submit agenda items are Monday, January 9th. And Wednesday, January 11th is when all the backup materials are due. And anything else?
I think we set a record.
Yeah, love it. All right, meeting adjourned.
Oh, my goodness.
This is all me. This is my excellence in conducting my first meeting.
We did it.